prison time is appropriate. But we do, I'd ask the court to consider the fact that he is pushing 7 years old.
Welcome to Global News Desk. Please like this video, subscribe to our channel.
8, State versus Lynn Wayne Moran. Could I have parties announced?
Mantle and Brown, State.
Lewis Martinez on behalf of Mr. Moran.
All right. And are you Mr. Moran?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
All right. You entered a plea of guilty on July 21st, 2025. We were awaiting the PSI report. According to your plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 30 years. There's a $5,000 fine and there are no applications. And there's to be Chapter 62 compliance. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report, State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense?
Yes, Judge.
Any objections, State or defense?
No objections, Judge.
Not to the PSI, Judge.
All right. And the court is in receipt of documentation tendered to the court by the defense attorney. And it appears to be letters from therapists and from other parties.
Correct, Judge.
All right. The court has reviewed those. State, have you had a chance to review those?
Yes, Judge.
All right. State, any witnesses?
No witnesses, Judge.
Defense, any witnesses?
Yes, Judge. I've got 2 witnesses. The first would be Hugh Moran, Mr. Moran's brother.
All right. If you'll step to the side, sir.
They're back.
All right. Could you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You can lower your hand if you'll state your name for the record.
Hugh Moran.
All right. Defense, you may proceed.
Hugh, you're Lynn's brother, correct?
That's correct.
And how old are you, Hugh?
I'm 60,
And how old is Lynn?
69.
Now, do you understand what your brother's charged with?
Yes, I do.
And you understand that the plea bargain in this case calls for the judge to decide a punishment between 15 years and 30 years.
That's correct.
And so, obviously, what you're asking the court to do is consider something closer to the 15 years than the
That's
30.
correct.
What kind of did you have any indications that your brother had gotten involved in this stuff
I had no idea at all.
before his arrest?
No, I had no idea.
Are you telling the court that your brother didn't do this? Are you saying that this is not?
I just didn't know anything about it.
Okay. But
Prior to the arrest, I had no idea.
But in speaking with your brother, he's taking accountability for it, right?
That's correct. Yes.
Has he tried to blame anybody else? Do you
No.
guys?
No.
Has he minimized it or somehow said, "Hey, look, you know what? This is just a big mistake"?
No, not at all. Mm-mm. He's taking full credibility for what he's done.
Okay. And so, I mean, this is a very troubling case, right?
Yes.
And you understand that there are real victims when it comes to this material.
As far as I know, I'm not real familiar with it, but
No, what I'm saying is, I mean, these aren't generated images. I mean, there are children that get photographed.
right.
So,
Yes,
so no one's minimizing that.
that's correct.
But prior to your brother's arrest here, what kind of a reputation did he have?
Was hardworking. He's worked in the medical field for 30 something years, and has great friends and been an uncle to my son and everything, and had good interactions with him and stuff like that.
How many grandchildren are in your family?
I only have one son,
Yeah.
and he's 30.
And there were never any indications that that Lynn might be doing anything appropriate
No.
with the children family?
No,
Yeah, were there?
we have a real small family, and it's down to just me, Lynn, and my son now at
Okay.
this point.
But no rumors or whispers in extended family that
No.
anything improper had ever happened.
No clue, no idea. Hadn't heard anything like that at all. Ever.
And so when he got charged with this was just a complete and total shock
It was a complete, total shock to me. Yes, that's correct.
because this really is not consistent at all with the Lynn that you've known for your
That
life.
is correct. Yes, yes, sir.
And so in talking to your brother, you said your brother took responsibility, right?
Yes.
And he made it known to you that he's been hiding this part of his life from
Oh,
everybody else.
yes.
Now, you said your brother worked in the medical field.
That's correct.
What kind of work was he doing?
He's a speech pathologist.
Okay.
Mhm.
And he worked with both adults and children.
That's correct.
And were you aware of any kind of complaints or any reports of impropriety?
He'd had a clean record, worked there forever, no problems, no write-ups or anything.
And the pre-sentence report in this case indicates that he doesn't have a criminal history. Is that consistent
That's
with what
correct.
you know?
Yes. He's never been in trouble at all.
And your brother's 69 years old.
Mhm.
And what kind of, how is his health? Let me ask you.
I know he has diabetes, a little bit of asthma, and he's got arthritis.
So, I mean, health issues that are consistent with a man his age.
Right, correct. That's correct.
And now, what you're asking, understand that if the court were to give something closer to the 30-year sentence, at your brother's age, he's likely not.
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay. And so, despite these, the troubling nature of the accusations and the activity, you're asking the court to give him something closer to the minimum, something that would allow him at least some life expectancy when he gets out.
That's correct. Yeah.
Now, I talked about the plea bargain that was a cap of 15 years, essentially anything between, I'm sorry, cap of 30 years, anything between 15 and 30 years. Okay. Is there anything unfair about that range of punishment?
I'm not real familiar with this, but I would feel that, the fact that he's never been in trouble before, that they could possibly give him closer to the 15.
Okay.
Yes.
So what I'm saying is, given the nature of the activity, it's not unfair to see him going and doing prison time, right?
Right.
Okay. I mean, you're not happy about that.
No.
You wish there were another way, right?
Sure.
But you understand that him being punished this way it is fair and it's appropriate.
That's correct. Yes.
I'll pass witness.
Any questions? All right. Could you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Do.
All right. You can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Wayne Morin.
All right. You may proceed, counsel.
Lynn, in looking at the PSI, it looks like you've never had any criminal history. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. And so the first time you wind up in court is for something serious like this.
Yes, sir.
I'm looking at the PSI and it looks like you acknowledged guilt in this case.
I did. I am guilty.
And have you ever denied, since the time of the arrest, have you denied to me or anybody else that you were guilty?
No.
Yeah. Lynn, if you're a man of your age with no criminal history, how did you get yourself involved with this material?
I became addicted first to pornography, and it led to me going to more, as I chased what they call dopamine, something I've learned in my 12-step programs.
Okay.
I started doing more edgier and edgier stuff until I crossed the line.
Mm-hmm.
And I just, once I did that, I got hooked on a very perverse medium, but it was the medium I was addicted to.
Right. And so there was some testimony that you worked as a speech pathologist.
That's correct.
And did you work with both adults and children?
I did.
Did you ever do anything inappropriate with any of those children?
I did not.
Did you ever do anything inappropriate with any of those adults?
Oh, I took care of them. I did nothing inappropriate with either one.
Okay. Never any complaints, or you were never fired from one of those jobs for anything inappropriate?
Sorry.
Okay, so even though you were dealing with these addiction issues, thankfully it didn't spill out into the physical world.
That's correct.
Okay. Since the arrest, have you taken any measures to deal with your addiction?
I have. I've joined a 12-step program that's called SPAS, Sex and Porn Addicts Anonymous.
Okay. And so there are 12-step programs for those sorts of addictions.
There are.
Okay. And are they, and I'm not going to ask for anyone's identity, obviously, but are they sparsely attended, or are there actually significant amounts of people that are in them?
They sometimes have as many as over 70 people. They do a Zoom meeting.
Okay.
And the one I go to is on the West Coast.
Okay.
And it has a very good attendance. And, it helps us to kind of deal with the, just like the AA 12-step model. Mm-hmm. They lead us through how to find relief, or to be able to
live without this.
Live with, to learn how to manage it and not let it rule my life.
Okay. And so in doing so, in these 12-step programs, they refer to staying away from these things as sobriety, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Just like we talk about with drug and alcohol issues of sobriety there.
Yes.
Okay. And to this point, how many days have you been sober?
I have well over 400 days of sobriety since I joined the spa group. I had one relapse, and that was that violated their no self-love, no masturbation.
Okay. And then, so do you journal as part of that 12-step program?
I do, just to log it and to help keep me aware of how much sobriety I've obtained.
Okay. And to date, how many days have you been able to log?
It's over 400, 403 as of yesterday.
And Judge, I'm going to tender to the court, not for the reading of it, but just to substantiate that he's logged it.
Yes.
His journal that has 403 entries. So we're not asking I've checked with the state, we're not asking the court to read it, just to confirm he's done that. In addition to that 12-step program, have you seen a counselor?
I have.
Okay. And did we get a letter from that counselor?
Yes, I believe it was in the packet
Okay.
that I gave you or that you gave to the court.
And that's what we tendered over to the court for the court
I
inspection.
believe it was, yes. Yes, sir.
In addition to that, were there letters from people who know you?
There were
Okay.
longtime friends and a gentleman who had been working with me on the 12-step programs.
Okay. And I would assume that you are appreciative that these people have stuck by your side.
I am. That's remarkable.
And I mean, you understand the gravity of this offense.
Most definitely.
You understand why it's illegal.
I do.
And you're not saying that this is not a big deal or a victimless crime or anything to that effect, are you?
Not at all.
You, as part of the deal and part of the conviction on this offense, and you intend to keep up with your treatment and sobriety even after you're released.
Yes, sir.
And
I want to maintain sobriety. I don't want to ever go back into this at all.
okay, and it does look like the measures you've taken have helped you to maintain that.
They help me keep sober and keep my focus and not stray into perversity. And
Okay. In addition to that treatment, what kind of health issues do you have?
I have diabetes, and I have some mild hypertension and occasional asthma and arthritis.
Okay. Are you on any kind of medications right now?
I have several medications that I take,
Okay.
both for diabetes and for my hypertension.
Okay. And all those are listed in the PSI, correct?
It should be, yes.
Now, Lynn, what are you asking the court to consider in this case?
I'm guilty, so I understand that there needs to be consequences for that, but I just ask that they be reasonable, that you take into the fact that this is my first offense. I've lived a good life. I've worked a good job, tried to take care of the people who have disorders, help them to get better.
Yeah. Let me stop you there. You've been on bond for quite a while in this case?
I have since February or March of last year, I think.
Okay. And we've had no bond violations or issues with that?
I'm sorry.
You've always showed up to court when you needed to?
I have shown up.
Okay.
Done my due diligence.
And so you're asking the court to consider something closer to the 15-year range?
I think that would be fair. That would be in keeping with what I've done.
But I mean, you understand that prison time is appropriate in this case?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I understand.
You're
There's
not-
a consequence for bad actions.
Okay.
For breaking the law.
I'll pass the witness.
Any questions?
Mr. Ryan, when did you start seeing a therapist for your issues?
Right after I was arrested, or they had searched my home, I realized that I was in trouble and I needed to take care of my problems. So I saw a therapist first just for emotional disorder, and then I was referred to a sex therapist, certified CSAT, I believe is what.
And when you were looking at this material, you said you started out with pornography, but then you started getting into other things. And when you were searching for this information on the internet, you had to learn all of the new terms and all of the ways to look this stuff up. It's not just widely available, right? You have to have the right terms, correct?
Well, you kind of have to know where to look, and the search parameters.
So you use Bing and Chrome on most of those searches?
Not Bing or Google or whatever the search engine was.
Among the things you searched for, that accurate?
I did look at that. I just to see what that was.
Possibly.
Other questions?
All right. Thank you. I'll hear brief argument. State.
Judge, the content of this defendant's electronic devices, this wasn't minimal casual viewing. This wasn't a one-off. This was intentionally collecting material of over 800 images identified, and a estimate of what was probably on that device was 1,200 images were found, tagged, and identified when the officers searched his home. They identified a book that was signed, had something to the effect of someone with similar interests. It was titled Tobacco Scroll, and it described grooming and abuse and exploitation of children. Judge, it's a horrendous offense. The punishment range is what it is for a reason. I would ask the court to follow the plea agreement sentence under the max 30 years.
All right, defense.
Judge, I mean, there's no excusing this behavior. And as Mr. Warren himself has told you, prison time is appropriate. But we do, I'd ask the court to consider the fact that he is pushing 7 years old. He has no previous history. He has health issues. And whatever the court gives him, the vast majority of his life expectancy is going to be spent in prison. The reality of it, Judge, is that we have people in this county that are on probation who have admitted to touching children. We have people deferred in this county who have engaged in possession of child pornography. And while that wouldn't be appropriate in Mr. Warren's case, we'd ask the court to consider the 15 years. I mean, 15 years is not 15 months. It's not a year. It's not probation. And it's an aggravated offense, so he's going to do the vast majority of that 15 years. Given the circumstances in this case, the fact that Mr. Warren very quickly after being discovered got into treatment, has stayed away from this, and has maintained his sobriety in this case, we're asking the court to consider giving him 15 years in this case.
All right. Mr. Moran, I want you to know that I've listened to everything that your attorney has said. I reviewed the documentation, and I think it's great that you're on the path that you're on, and I hope that you stay on the path. But this was a lot of images and a lot of searching for images. The court, as previously stated, is finding you guilty. The court is going to sentence you to the 30 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's a $5,000 fine, time and money to run concurrently. There'll be Chapter 62 registration. Did you review the trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it?
I'm sorry, say it again.
Did you review the trial court certification?
Whether or not you have a right to appeal.
Oh, yeah. Yes,
All right.
Yes.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you need an explanation of what that means, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right. Good luck to you. It's calling 2024 CR 6553. State versus Rudy Pettis. Can I have parties announced?
Deputy Pitlock for the state of Texas.
Christopher Simpkins for the defense.
And are you Rudy Pettis?
Yes, Jason.
All right. Did you review the motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision and first amended motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you the same Rudy Pettis who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2024 CR 553 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram, on September 24th, 2024 for a period of 5 years? Is that you?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, state.
Violation of condition number 4. In Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, Rudy Perez, did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of December 2024, January 2025, in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True, Your Honor.
State, do you waive the other allegations?
State waives and abandons the remaining violations, Your Honor.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4?
Yes, Your Honor, madam.
Court will find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is, Your Honor. That is to grant the state's motion to adjudicate defendant and to sentence defendant to 180 days in a state jail facility,
All right. Thank you, State. You may be excused.
Your Honor.
All right, sir. Can you raise your right hand for me, please?
Your Honor.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor, madam.
All right, you can lower your hand. State your name for the record.
Rudy Perez, madam.
All right, you are looking not so good today from when I first saw you.
Yes, Your Honor, madam.
So what is going on?
Got a dope problem, madam.
And you just can't stop?
No, I really can't, madam.
All right, and what's the drug?
Heroin.
Okay. So here's the thing. And I want you to think about this. I want you to hear me clearly, right?
Yes, Your Honor, madam.
If you continue to use drugs, it's sad to say, but unless there's some higher intervention in your life, only one or two things are going to end up happening. Either you're going to be in prison or either somebody's going to be identifying your body. The drugs that you are using, it does horrible things to your body.
Sure.
And you keep needing more and more and more to get the high. So I can revoke you and sentence you to your 180 days at the state jail facility. What's going to end up happening is you're going to get released and you're going to go back to using drugs. And somebody's either going to be identifying your body or either before you get a chance to use the drugs that you've been given,
Yes, Your Honor,
the
madam.
police are going to arrest you
Yes,
and you're going to be right back here. So I'm going to give you a choice today.
Your
I can get you help, but you're going to have to work the program. You
Honor.
can't, we can only do so much.
And we did that for me last time, Your Honor, madam.
Mhm.
And they didn't come for me. Nothing happened. They just released me. And
Yeah.
I went over there and they were already
Well,
locked me
here's the
up.
thing, they were not supposed to. So sometimes that happens. Sometimes people get released from the jail. So here are your options.
Yes, Your Honor, madam.
And these are your only options. There is no third option.
Yes, Your Honor, madam.
I can follow the agreement that's been reached. You know what's going to end up happening. You're going to go to the state jail facility. You're going to do your time. You're going to get released. And then you're going to use again.
Yes, Your Honor, madam.
Or if you want, I will continue you, but you're going to safety.
To safety.
Yes, that is an inpatient drug treatment facility.
Yes, ma'am.
And that is for months. It's not just for 2 days. It's a
Yes.
total of 9 months.
It's just that there's a problem, Your Honor, madam. I'm an ex, man. And I'm a wanted man, so that's what
I know that's hard. Yeah.
it's really, really hard for me, but I would just I would just like to get this over with and I would like to go to lifetime, like if they could come pick me up, but otherwise all the rest I'm just putting my own life in danger.
Yeah.
And
No, I
I
understand.
want you to know that, Your Honor, man.
No, I appreciate what you're saying. Well, what I can tell you, I don't think lifetime recovery would be appropriate for you in the stage of addiction that you're in. But once you've completed your time at the state jail facility and you're released, you can go to lifetime on your own.
Yes, Your Honor, man.
So-
That's what I was hoping to do because I have no friends, I have no family,
No.
and for me, that would be the best feeling for me to just go over there by myself. And I last time I didn't do it because I went to probation thinking the best that maybe I could get help by them, and it didn't happen. So I took off back to the streets, Your Honor, madam. But with this right here, just 180, I'm good, and I'll get out and I'll do it myself. Because a lot of friends told me, man, they do know what they're doing.
All right. So here's the thing. That's what you're telling me.
Yes, Your Honor, madam.
Hopefully you will do that because otherwise
Yes, Your Honor.
only one or two things going to happen. Either you're going to end up with somebody identifying your body, or either before you get a chance to use the drug, you're going to get arrested by the police. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor, ma'am.
All right. This is what, are you asking the court to follow this agreement that you've reached with the state?
Yes, yes, Your Honor, madam. Thank you.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, Your Honor, madam.
All right. The court will find violation of condition number 4 true. The court will find you guilty, revoke, give you 180 days in the state jail facility, give you credit for any time served. The court will request the therapeutic community. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, Your Honor, madam.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what that is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor, madam.
All right, sir. Good luck to you again when you're released. If for some reason you can't find your way to lifetime, if I'm still here, you come here, I'll pick up the phone and call somebody to put you in their inpatient treatment facility, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor, madam. Thank you, and I probably will.
Welcome back to Global News Desk. Today's courtroom hearing features two very different but deeply serious situations involving criminal consequences, addiction, and the difficult choices judges have to make. The first case involves an older defendant who pleaded guilty to a serious offense involving illegal material. The court had the authority to sentence him anywhere between 15 and 30 years under the plea agreement. His brother asked the judge to consider a sentence closer to the minimum, explaining that the defendant had no prior criminal history and had spent decades working in the medical field. The defendant also took responsibility for his actions. He told the court that he had struggled with an addiction and had entered treatment after his arrest. He described participating in a 12-step program and maintaining more than 400 days of sobriety. His defense argued that his age, health, lack of criminal history, and efforts at rehabilitation should be considered. But the prosecution emphasized the seriousness of the evidence and the large amount of illegal material involved. The judge ultimately decided that the seriousness of the offense required the maximum sentence under the agreement. The court sentenced him to 30 years in prison, along with a $5,000 fine, and ordered the required registration. Then the hearing shifted to another defendant, Rudy Peters, whose situation was very different. He had been placed on community supervision for a drug offense, but admitted violating a condition by failing to report to his supervision officer. The agreed punishment was 180 days in a state jail facility. But Judge Stephanie Boyd did something that made this part of the hearing especially emotional. Instead of simply accepting the punishment without discussion, she confronted Peters about his continuing drug addiction. Peters admitted that he could not stop using drugs. The judge warned him that continuing down that path could eventually lead to prison or even death.